How does it feel right now to get that win?
It definitely hasn't sunken in, but for me, I've never been one to be satisfied. Like, the only thing on my mind right now is how do we get better for next week and the week after that?
Yeah.
And once those are over, what do we got to do to improve on the Olympia? And, most importantly, stay healthy in the process. So for me, and hopefully for my coach, it just solidifies to us that, what we're doing is right. We're on the right path. And it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when and a matter of time. The Olympia, obviously, best guys in the whole world. But I'm a firm believer, we got to make our mark regardless. What is up, my people on YouTube? What is going on? First, before we start the video, I just want to show my appreciation to all you guys, because the subscribers, the likes, the comments, it's been actually crazy. And I like to share some exciting news. I finally reached the threshold of how many views, subscribers, watch hours in a certain amount of time to where I actually am able to start monetizing my YouTube channel, meaning I'm actually able to start making money from these videos, which is like so cool. So obviously, if you guys don't know, it's dependent on how many views you get, and it kind of depends on like the content that you put out, right? So I started monetizing, I think, about a week ago, and a bunch of my videos were ineligible for monetization because of my intro. And that intro had the song behind it, I hate everything about you.
Ooh,
one of my favorite songs.
that was good.
But because that song is copyrighted, all of my videos that had that intro were ineligible to be monetized. So it gave me the option to kind of cut that song out and replace it with some random song they have in their copyright free library. That's why if you go back on some of my previous videos, it'll be the same intro, but it'll have like some random beat to it, like some upbeat rap instrumental song. So I was able to start monetizing on those. So I thought, you know what? I think this is a sign. I just create a whole new intro. And you guys actually just watched that intro because I'm going to put it on today on this video. It took me about a day to make that intro, maybe 2 days. Found an audio from the interview on one of the shows we won. I believe it was the first one. And then kind of just like saw the vision with that audio, grabbed some clips from the most recent videos and shows, put it together, and it's about 30 seconds long, but I really, really like it. So people can skip it or watch it or whatever, but got a new intro, and it's the debut series to the Olympia. So super excited about that. But the real reason you guys came, how I'm growing my back for the Olympia. Yes, feedback, was more back thickness, more back width. That's been, my feedback my whole career. Just continue to bring your back up. Your front is really, really good. Legs are good. Chest is good. Midsection is good. Just bring up the back. So that's a combination of width and thickness. So width through the lats, so looking wider, having more taper. That's going to be thickness here in the lat. And then also just thickness in the whole back. So thickness in the lower lat specifically, and then thickness in the middle back. So you ever see someone that just has like meat going down their spine and it just looks like a turtle shell? That's that thickness that we are looking to build. So that honestly just comes with obviously years of training, years of heavy training, rowing, but most importantly, I think having good connection to your back. For only maybe the last 2 years, I've really had a good connection in my back training. Really narrowed down like very specific exercises that work well for me, and dropped exercises that I just simply don't feel. I have friends like my friend Jay. I grew up training with him. He was like 17 years old, deadlifting 500 pounds, and he had a turtle shell back, and his back at 17 was thicker than mine is now. And that's genetics. That's him able to connect super well with his lats. Like he could do, a lat pull down with his eyes closed, and it's all lat. Versus me, I'll do a lat pull down and it's predominantly forearm, bicep, and I feel nothing in my lat. So it's taken me a lot of time to develop that mind muscle connection and actually feel the muscle that I'm trying to work rather than just moving that weight from point A to point B. So definitely going to be a mixture of a lot of heavy rowing, scapular retraction on my rows. So kind of just retracting the scapula while you row. It's really going to build that mid-back thickness. So you guys will see what we'll do. Going to be mostly rowing today, but we'll do 2 heavy pull downs. We'll probably do a close grip pull up, and we'll probably do a single arm pull down underhand to really thicken up that lat. So the reverse is underway. My weight yesterday was 223.4. That's pretty much what I weighed the morning of the last show. So it's been about 2 weeks post show and my weight's still the same. So we are crisp, we are dialed, we are on the money still. Staying super lean, nice and tight, and getting healthy. So still waiting for my damn blood work to come back. It's been about a week, so I'm just waiting on those results. But we're gonna go train some back today, Tiana and I. So I want her to be able to spot me on like some of my top sets since we are ramping up that training intensity finally, since the body feels nice and rested and recovered. So we're gonna actually bring a tripod, set the Osmo up on the tripod. That way we can kind of film those sets from start to finish without having, without not being able to have a spotter and all that. So different angles today, and then we'll see what the back progress is looking like in the posing room. So it should be good. New diet is still cranking. No changes since the last video. Body's just responding very well. We feel good, we feel healthy. About 5 to 6 more weeks of doing pretty much what we're doing before we start our official Olympia prep. But cheers. We got our pump, our creatine in here. Bam. Time to go kill some back. So exercise number 1, I kind of been doing the last probably 3-4 months, especially this whole contest prep, primarily because I want to build my mid-back thickness. So similar to when you do a pre-exhaust, for example, on legs, you pre-exhaust by hitting leg extensions first before going into those heavy compound movements like squats, leg press, hacks, etc. This is on a cable. So what I do is I cross the cables and I pretty much am primarily focused on scapular retraction. So I am doing a row, but I'm really focused on rowing with my scapula. So what that means is I'm literally just focused on squeezing my shoulder blades together and pinching. So I'm able to get a really good connection, get a lot of blood into that mid-back before my set even begins, before the heavy sets really begin. And think of it like I'm pre-exhausting my mid-back. So here we go. Okay, mid-back is firing. Okay, here we go. So now moving on to our low lat movement, our low lat bias row. What we really want to focus on is just driving that elbow right into the hip as hard as we possibly can. So getting that full stretch right here on the lat and driving that elbow right into the hip to contract that low lat. Tiana behind me is actually gonna squeeze my low lat with her hand to really enhance the mind muscle connection even more. Here we go. One more. There we go. Yeah, you just squeezing my low lat right there. This really helps me like drive it right into where I need. So that's perfect. Okay. Now we'll do the other arm. All right, ready? Same shit. It was like perfect spotting, so at the end, just like a little bit towards the end to get that squeeze. One more. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now that we are fully warmed, back and lats are fully primed, I usually just start jumping right into my working sets and don't waste any time or exhaust the muscle with junk volume with lighter sets working up. My muscle's already primed and ready to go, so I'd rather just save all my energy and jump right into my top set. So that was like the main first movement because the first one was a pre-exhaust. This next one is gonna be my next go-to. This has actually been my go-to for a lot of years, but this movement for sure has helped me put a lot of thickness on my lats, just primarily because it's an underhand, and that's gonna really pull your lat out, get a good stretch, and also really have you able to drive that elbow right down into that hip, right into the pocket. So similar what we were just doing with the low row to hit the lat, driving that elbow back. This, we're driving our elbow down. So single arm here. Focus on that slow negative, good stretch, and drive that elbow right into the hip. And once you find that tension on the lat, just gotta do your best to try to keep it. There we go. Squeeze it. Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Let's go.
Oh. Here we go. Okay. There we go.
Nice. There you go. Nice. Again. Good. That was all you.
Okay. Go. Okay, next up, exercise number 4 is gonna be a neutral grip T-bar row, chest supported. So I really like this for a couple reasons. We're gonna go neutral grip, so right about here. So that's gonna allow us to keep our elbows tucked in. So really think about driving the elbows to the sides, really prioritizing the lat here as well. And then also, this is chest supported. So pretty much I'm gonna lock my chest on this pad and I am not going to move it. Even at the end of my set when it gets hard, you'll see a lot of people on T-bar rows, when it gets real hard, they start to go like this and come up and just use their momentum. That's not what you want. You want to keep your chest on the pad the whole time and really focus on driving those elbows back. All you're thinking about right here is elbow drive. Elbow drive, right into the lat. So still prioritizing those lats, low lats. And that's exactly what this is hitting right here. So I'm a little bit tall for this T-bar row, so I kind of got to bend my knees to get down there, but here we go. Yes, that's good. One working set there. And as you can see, this T-bar row is a little bit heavier, but just prioritizing feel over everything. You know, I've been in the past that guy to throw on like 4 plates, 5 plates on the T-bar row and just pull it, but never actually feel my back. So this is a plate and a 25-0, but if you're actually using your lats and nothing else, my lats are already fried right now. So this is plenty, working that 8 to 12 range while still maintaining good form. So we'll do a second working set here. But yeah, just prioritizing the lats even more on this T-bar row. Okay. So now, moving on to another chest supported row. This one's kind of got angled handles, and we really like this one. This is a good piece by Mega Mass. Right here, this is more of a lat bias, upper back bias, mid back bias. It kind of hits the whole mid to upper back, depending on where you keep the elbows, right? So you could flare the elbows out. You could also kind of tuck the elbows in. I'm kind of doing something in the middle to where I'm not tucking my elbows in, but I'm also not flaring them out. So I'm getting kind of more mid back than anything. But same thing here, focused on keeping the chest on the pad, driving the elbows back hard. And
I've probably done more than enough volume for rowing, but being that we got to get this back thick, we got to do even more volume. So, and we got some extra food on this reverse, so we're gonna run it. Here we go. Tiana here is gonna spot me. We're gonna get some 4 strips as well. There we go.
Nice.
Okay. Whew. Dead. Nice. You know what? Let's drop it. 45 off. I got it. I got it. There we go. That's good. Okay guys, we are finishing up the back day. We're here towards the end, but we really want to finish off the lats. This is a really cool Smith machine. Not only is the Smith machine in front, it's kind of a combo with a squat rack. These handles up here, they actually move. So you can do pull-ups and these handles turn. So you can do a pronated grip, you can do an underhand, you can do a neutral, and you can move them wherever you want. You can do super close, super wide, middle. So what I've been doing is I'll do it a little bit closer, not super close, but just close enough to where my elbows are kind of right here in front of me. And then I'll do this neutral grip here. So it's almost like I'm doing a close grip lat pull down. So similar to the second movement that we did, or third movement rather, when our lats are being pulled up and we're driving the elbow down, we're gonna mimic that same movement in the form of a free weight pull up. So we're gonna be here, we're gonna think about just driving the elbows down and keeping the chest high and chin up. So stretching out the lats, pulling up, and I'm only like 225 pounds right now, but towards the end, bless you. She's about to sneeze. But towards the end, yeah, this is tough. This is literally like a compound movement. So I might only get 6 to 8 reps here, 8 to 10, but my lats, it's like, because I'm 225 pounds, doing these free weight pull-ups is like the equivalent of me doing like the whole stack on a lat pull down. So it's definitely still very taxing. So here we go. And then we are going neutral grip, so we're gonna twist these handles. We gotta get this perfect grip on here. Okay, here we go. That is good. Done. See, I barely got what, like 5 reps right there, 6. My lats are so toast. Literally, like I could barely get 2 or 3 good reps. Those last 3 or 4 were literally just like partial reps, but the contraction on the lat is just like, all my weight is just pulling on that lat. So really good finisher. Ideally, I could use the assisted pull-up machine, but the assisted pull-up machine doesn't allow you to go neutral grip. It's just gonna be a wide kind of pronated grip, which is gonna be more upper back bias. So we really don't need any upper back, like shoulders, arms, rear delts, even traps up top, like they're pretty good. We need the lower lats and the mid back to match. So if we continue to hit the upper back, that upper back is always gonna be ahead. So sometimes when you have a body part that's ahead of a weaker body part, sometimes you just have to hit it less frequently. So being that the first exercise we did was kind of like mostly mid back, but a little bit of upper back, that's all the upper back stimulus I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save all the stimulus, all the energy, all the nutrients that I have into hammering these lats and mid back. So let's go ahead and do another one. I bet I don't even get like 5 reps here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna just stretch here for a sec. Let the lats get nice and opened up. Okay, good. All right, done. Woo. Okay, so now to finish up the pull workout, moving on to biceps. And we are supersetting this preacher curl, which is probably one of my favorites, old school piece. I believe it's by Flex or Cybex. I think it's Flex. I could be wrong, but definitely smooth. I used this actually in my last arm day, but we're supersetting this preacher curl with hyperextensions. So those hyperextensions we'll explain when we get over there. But getting these biceps nice and primed, we'll go 2 working sets here. Keeping the elbows on the pad at all times. Full stretch and squeeze. Think about bringing those pinkies to your ear. That's the cue here. Pinky to ear. Here we go. Nice. Okay, now we'll go back over here to hyperextension. So this is gonna finish off our back session, back portion of the session. Really gonna hit these spinal erectors, really isolate them. It's kind of similar when you're doing deadlifts, you know, it's a lot of low lat spinal erector. So think of like the Christmas tree, right? When you're squeezing and you see that Christmas tree, that's really what we're isolating right here. Personally, I could do weight, but I like to do just body weight, especially if we're finishing with them. I work in that like 20 rep range. It's going nice and slow, keeping the tension on it. Not bouncing up and down, but just trying to keep all the tension. And I even hold it at the top for about a second. And then once you get that 12 to 15 range, starts to really, really burn. And we just keep it going from there. It's also gonna work the glutes and hamstrings a bit, depending on how your foot position is. So if you feel this in your glutes and hamstrings, that's okay too. See, like that starts to get really, really tough towards the end. So really, really good finisher here. Okay, that's gonna conclude it for back day. We're gonna do another set of preachers, and then we'll probably move on to an easy bar curl, or I may even do like a hammer curl, something like that. And it's time to hit that posing room, so gotta finish up strong. Let's keep it going. Okay, bicep exercise number 2 is an exercise I never ever do. I could probably count on one hand how many times I've done this exercise my whole career. But I did a set or 2 last week just because I was messing around. And the pump you get in the outer head and in the forearm brachialis here is crazy. So I'm out of breath still, damn. Just high rep reverse curls, really gonna hit this outer head of the bicep here, which is good for all the shots, you know, side chest, from the back on the back double. And then we already did the preacher curl close to hit in here. And then obviously, I never really trained forearms directly, but this hits the forearms, the brachialis especially, this top part here, really, really well. So not only are we doing biceps, we're also doing one tricep movement as well. Because like I was saying in my split, we're really, really focusing on frequency when it comes to growing my triceps. So frequency plus volume. So hitting triceps almost every other day. So hit them with legs, hit them with my push days, and then even on this pull day, a couple sets of push down here. So we'll film that, and then we'll finish up with one more set here, and that'll be it. God damn. Okay, one more set of reverse curl, and that'll be wraps. Let's go handle it.